preparing for live stream. So be ready, Madam Sergeant. I will tell you when to start. Yes, yes. Just give me a few seconds, then redirecting to YouTube. Yes, go ahead.
I'll start.
I'm preparing for live.
Good afternoon. Salam alaikum, everyone. Today will be special meeting for, as it will be the last meeting for this term. I would like to welcome you all and thank you for joining, and we'll welcome the other guests and members who will join later on within the time. And thank you for joining. Please put your phone on silent mode if you are using your phone for the meeting, or flight mode or something. At least you won't be disturbed. Please put your speaker on silent, muted when the speakers and evaluator and who has the roles players on live. And please welcome to our energetic president to lead us with our boat ship. To you, back to you, to DTM Khalid. DTM Khalid, Mr. President.
Yes, yes, I'm here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Sergeant for your lovely introduction. Let me call meeting number 216 to order. Let's start with recording apologies. Any known apologies from members? Anyone?
Mr. President?
Any apologies? Yes, DTM.
Toastmaster Nuha and Toastmaster Siham have given their apologies in the group. But Toastmaster Nuha will be joining in before the induction ceremony. So those are the only two I have received. Other than that, I have not received any.
Thank you. Thank you so much, DTM Farhaz. Any other apologies? I haven't received any. So I think these are the only apologies, formal apologies for the secretary to note. So let's move on to the introduction of guests. Okay, I can see two guests joining. Let me start with Niroshan. Are you a Toastmaster, Niroshan? Would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, yeah, I'm Toastmaster Niroshan from Sri Lanka, Jara Toastmaster Club. And of course, we were invited by our DTM Faraz. So pretty excited to see all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Niroshan, for attending here all the way from Sri Lanka. And thanks for DTM Farhaz for helping us getting that many guests from Sri Lanka. Let me move on to the next guest, who is Prasad. Is it Toastmaster Prasad? Would you mind introducing yourself, please? Okay, going once, twice, thrice. Okay, I'm sure Toastmaster Prasad would join us in a little. Let's move on. Then these are the welcome both of the guests. These are the guests for today so far. Let's move on to the adoption of the agenda. So let me call on our Vice President of Education, DTM Farhaz Farouk. Do we have any amendment to the agenda, DTM Farhaz?
Mr. President, the agenda, the final version was circulated just before the start of the meeting. And that currently stands. I have not received any notice otherwise that any of the role players aren't turning up. Having said that, I don't see our general evaluator here. I also do not see
the first evaluator.
The first evaluator is not here, as well as, of course, our counter is not here too. I'm here. I'm here. Those two role players aren't around, so I would assume that they will be coming in. And whilst our general evaluator joins in, I would be very grateful if somebody can take some notes to assist him.
Okay. I can
So-
fill in the gap if possible.
Yeah,
if
so
needed.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I propose that we adopt the agenda as presented because
With
nobody
conditions.
has said that they wouldn't come.
Yeah, I think with conditions, just to make sure that meeting would continue. So if not, then I will be the general evaluator. And for the first speaker, ETM Mohammed Al-Dosari, maybe we can have Toastmaster Widat as the evaluator.
I can be both evaluator if you want.
I think we would maybe have balancing the evaluators as well. So
خلوني اليوم بس.
now we'll keep you for one. We'll keep you focused on one, and maybe Toastmaster Widat can take that role
Okay.
if she is okay with that.
Okay, I have multiple job today.
Yes. So may I have someone to raise a conditional motion to adopt the agenda with the amendments proposed?
So, Mr. President, I guess I raised that conditional proposal.
Okay. So can I have someone to second, please?
Mr. President, I, Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq, second that proposal with the conditions as specified. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. Now we have the meeting and the agenda in order. That's the time for my last presidential address. I don't know whether this is something good for some or bad for others, but this is life. And we need to move on, and we need to have someone else to fill in this prestigious position as BAT's president. Was it today morning, I sent a message in the group, in the XCOM group, and I was asking officers to give me their reports. There was a message in the group, and then a private message came to me from one of the officers. I don't know whether she is smiling. She still doesn't know that I'm talking about her yet. Now she realized that she's the one I'm talking about. DTM Zahra sent a message, said, wow, that went like a flash. Are we really in the last meeting of the term? So whatever she said made me also think and reflect on the journey that we had. Now, if you go back to all of those meetings, if you go back to the start of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters meeting of this term, all of us were not sure what would happen, what would go next. And many of us were thinking, are we going back to physical very soon? Many of us were saying, well, it's just maybe 2 months and then we will go back to physical. But I can assure you, I can bet on that as well, that none of us thought that we would be flourishing the way we flourished through this term. And I can see as well the incoming Vice President of Education also agreeing. We won, I would say, we really won many new members coming in, like Toastmaster Ghulam, Toastmaster Deepak, and many others as well. Toastmaster Widat, she was, I think, from last term. Yeah, she's an old member. She became this, part of history.
Today is my anniversary for being
Today is your
member
anniversary. That's
in BAT Club, yes.
yes.
As a member, not as a guest.
Exactly. So we are really honored by having newcomers into our family. But those who were before that, no. I always remember the unconditional love theme. ETM said Abbas now is smiling. We were so attached to the physical meeting. We never thought that one day we would be doing it virtually. And this term, I think we did it in style. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not maybe being biased as BAT president, but looking at many other clubs around in Bahrain or in Kuwait, or even around the world, I don't think they managed to do what we did. So kudos to all of you. Kudos to the XCOM. Kudos to the members. Thank you so much for advancing the legacy And this is what we promised our members to do. We are advancing a legacy. Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club is the first advanced Toastmasters club in the Middle East, if not the whole region. We are advancing a legacy, and I'm really proud of all of the achievements. I'm sure if we had to redo it again, we would definitely even excel further than what we did. So this is a moment of reflection to all of the members. Let's reflect. Let's go and document the lessons learned through this term. And let's look forward to new beginnings with the new XCOM. Let's support the new XCOM. Thank you so much for all of the members for supporting the current XCOM, but this is a time to rejuvenate all of our promises. Look forward to support the new XCOM, to support us as ambassadors of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, and to continue with this flagship of advancing a legacy. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's move on to the next segment of our session. What can I say about the Master of Ceremonies today? The captain of the ship. The Master of Ceremonies today is the first chartered president of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. You always see him smiling, and for those who doesn't know him might feel, well, what is he smiling about? Why is he still smiling, still standing? And one thing that I can tell about DTM Ratender is regardless of where he is or what title he has, his humility is something that we really need to learn from. DTM Ratender, I learn in every interaction with you. And I'm sure today you would take this meeting into a different level. Please help me welcome DTM Ratender, the Master of Ceremonies, for today's meeting.
Thank you, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's really an honor and a privilege to be the TMOD of BAT today, being the last meeting of the present committee. And after a long time, I had taken up the secretaryship and assignment in the XCOM. And I hope I have duly done what I have been asked to do. Thank you, Mr. President, for those nice words. And I will definitely remember you for that for the rest of my life. But more importantly, the more important thing, what I will always cherish in my life is all the members, the family of BAT, how we have been together in these last so many years when we have had this pandemic. We had a different kind of meetings when we were doing the physical meetings, but even in the pandemic, in the virtual meetings, we kept up our spirits and our camaraderie, and we have been together. And that is why I think one of the reasons which DTM Zara told me was when I told her that there is no theme of the meeting and I wanted to do something else. And then she said, no, keep the theme of the meeting. She suggested keep smiling, because there is nobody else who can smile better than or louder than our president and my brother, Khalid Abdullah. Always, always with a smile on his face. I have a kind of wish that the three people I want to take a picture of are Khalid, Faraz Farooq, and Syed Abbas Al-Alawi. All the three of them smiling in one shot. How nice it would be. Maybe at the end of the meeting, we will get one picture with the three of them side by side. What do you think, DTM Zara? It will be very nice, right? Very. Thank you. Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, I think we are having how many members? Now we have got 12 of them and some more have joined, and we can go ahead with our meeting. But our general evaluator is still missing. Maybe he is gone to find his smile, which he must have locked up somewhere in his cupboard, because I miss him and I hope he joins us soon. But in any case, in the meantime, G's role, in case he doesn't appear, will be taken up by Mr. VP Education. You said who will be taking it up?
Myself.
Okay. President Khalid will take it up. Okay. And we already introduced President Khalid. Let us go ahead with the next person to be introduced is the grammarian. You know, I just want to ask these two gentlemen, is there something in this common name Farooq which makes them such good speakers, such good gentlemen, and always doing things in time, right time, and always being there, taking the initiative? What is with this name Farooq? By the way, Mr. President, what does Farooq mean in Arabic?
Farooq means the
Shine something.
Farooq. No. Farooq is the fair guy, or what's the right word?
Separates between what is right and what is
Exactly.
wrong.
Exactly.
The person who
Farouk is a shine leader who distribute between the right and the wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so that truly they are both of them. They really are up to their name, both of them, both the Farooq. And I am very glad I have another brother Farooq joined us in BAT. And there can't be a better grammarian today than our friend and Farooq Khadib. Mr. Farooq Khadib, the floor is yours for you to give us the word of the day.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility today to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to the language. I will take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words or quotes or saying or thoughts. Also, as grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce today the word of the day. Let me share my screen for everybody. The word of the day today is audacious. It is an adjective. It means showing a willingness to take surprisingly bold risks. The synonyms include bold, brave, intrepid, fearless, insolent. The antonyms, which are the opposite words, include meek, unobtrusive, humble, mild. You can also use it as a noun, which is audacity, but I prefer that you use it at the adjective form of audacious. Some examples of the word audacious are that despite the attendance challenge due to COVID, Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters was audacious in initiating their Old is Gold program and succeeding. The other example is the father was not deterred by economic hardship and his audacious optimism to keep smiling and keep a smiling attitude ensured that his family was also happy. I encourage you to use the word of the day as much as possible. Again, the meaning is showing a willingness to take surprisingly bold risks. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian. The next item on the agenda is the introduction of another very amazing Toastmaster. And the word audacious suits him to the T. You know why I say that is whoever has thought about having virtual meetings all around with members contributing from all around the world. I tell you, if I remember correctly, the first person who did that was Toastmaster Faraz Farooq. He invited people from various other clubs all throughout the world, sitting in Sri Lanka, contacting so many other people in the world and getting them to visit us in BAT and give their precious speeches and their opinions about our club. Our club's level of recognition has gone from year to year only because of this one gentleman. Kudos to you, sir. My salute to you, Toastmaster Faraz Farooq. and the floor is yours to tell us about your assignment today.
Thank you so much, dear Toastmaster of the evening, DTM Ratindranath. I am really, really grateful to you for that generous introduction. I know I deserve part of it, but not the entire thing. So thank you so much. My role today as our counter, ladies and gentlemen, is to look for and try to catch what we would usually use as crutches in our day-to-day speaking. These generally are sounds such as ums, but of course, it could also be words like so, like, but, and general drags. In addition, I will also look at mannerisms of each of our speakers and try to see if those could be pointed out. Anybody who's audacious enough to cross 20 hours today will be given the coveted trophy. You will be the champion of the 20 hours club. So please try your best not to join that, because if you do, I will be audacious enough to announce your name. I will give my report when the general evaluator calls for it. Over to you, sir. Looking forward to a great meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Accounter, Toastmaster Faraj Farooq. The next person on the agenda to be introduced is our timer. Our timer is, today's timer is Deepak Narawade, or how do I spell Narawade?
Correct. Narawade.
Very good. This gentleman is presently in India still, right?
No, I'm back in Bahrain.
Oh, okay. You're back in Bahrain. Deepak is already back in Bahrain, and a gentleman who visited us and took that audacious step after seeing all these BAT members joined us in BAT, and is now going to prove himself to be a worthy Toastmaster in BAT's legacy. And he is taking all the efforts to take all assignments as a new member. He's not keeping quiet, but he's coming forward to take assignments, and we look forward to seeing you shine in BAT, Toastmaster Deepak. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajinder. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to take this role. It's not something audacious for me. It's normal because I like to take some role. Having said that, today I'm a timer. Timer is my baby, as Faraz mentioned in my WhatsApp message. So I will take care of that baby. I will monitor the time. I will show a background as a green, yellow, and red as we progress from the time, and I will give my report at the end of the meeting. I look forward for a wonderful meeting, which started on time and which will end on time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deepak, Toastmaster Deepak. Thank you very much. With those introductions, and Mr. President, there is one more guest who's joined us. Do you want him to be introduced?
You can ask him to introduce himself or herself.
Toastmaster Milhana Anwar. Can you just unmute yourself, Toastmaster Milhana? I think he's...
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, madam. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Are you smiling? Yes, you are smiling.
Yes.
So you have already joined BAT's meeting. Very good. Keep smiling, Toastmaster Milhana. Please tell us something about yourself.
Well, I have been a Toastmaster since 2017. I am from Sri Lanka, and I'm very excited to be here because I love learning about the new cultures, new people. So networking has been something which I'm very passionate about. So I'm audaciously waiting to have a good time with all of you. Thank you.
That we can assure you, Toastmaster Milhana, that you will definitely have a good time with us. And welcome to our club and our meeting today. Fellow Toastmasters, with the introduction of all our assignees today, now we will get into the education session right in time. Okay, and then our first speaker, instead of introducing the first speaker first, I would like to first introduce to you the evaluator of the first speaker. And the evaluator of the first speaker is one person who I always love to have for company. First of all, because of his blue small laptop. Second is because of the way he keeps his records. And third, because of his, I am telling you, the lovely smile he has, always. And he is the one person who I have seen, he will go the extra mile to get his work done and get his assignment done. I am really very happy to have had the privilege of meeting Syed Abbas Al-Alawi, and he is a good, and saying that he is a good friend of mine. Toastmaster Syed Abbas Al-Alawi will be the first evaluator for the first speaker, and I will give the floor to him to tell us the objectives of the first speaker. Toastmaster Syed.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster DTM Ratender, for such a wonderful and amazing introduction. In a while, I thought it's really me or someone else you are talking about. Thank you so much. You gave me the floor to proceed. This is number one. Number two, yes, there was a lovely device. We call it a tiny laptop. It was so useful, not only for me, it was even useful for the club for so many years. However, someone have cursed this tiny laptop. Now it's not cope. And Khalid, if he opened the subject, there will be a big fight. So DTM Ratender, please keep this subject not to open. Maybe it will have a next term discussion. Anyway, my tiny laptop is sick and it will get soon better. I'm glad to be the evaluator for the first speaker today, Toastmaster DTM Mohammed Dosari. Mohammed Dosari is attempting a first project from a humorous bath. His objectives of this project is the purpose of this project is to introduce yourself, DTM Toastmaster Mohammed Dosari, for the club team, and to learn the basic structure of a public speaking. And since this is a humorous bath, we are expecting a humorous speech. Mr. Timer, the timing for this project is 4 to 6 minutes, and I'll be reporting back upon the request from the general evaluator. And back to you, Master of Ceremony, and all the best, Toastmaster Mohammed Dosari. Back to you.
Thank you, DTM Syed Abbas. Thank you very much. Mr. President, Mr. VP Education, and my lost and found general evaluator is back. I would like to introduce him now, if you both gentlemen don't have any issues. Okay?
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Fellow Toastmasters, this gentleman and Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi is one person who always wants to hide behind and on this screen of flowers. But we will not allow him to do this time, because I want him to be seen by everybody. Are you all looking at him? Yes, you are all seeing him. This gentleman is the personification of a true Toastmasters. Why do I say that? I say that because, and I envy him also, because every meeting of Toastmasters, he will go properly dressed. I guess he must have been in the military or something, because his stance, his posture is also a very militarish posture, and his dress sense is also very militarish also. But a gentleman with a great big heart, very rarely smiles, but when he smiles, it's just diamonds coming out of his face. Fellow Toastmasters, let us now talk to our general evaluator, DTM Ahmed Rizvi, and give the floor to him to tell us what his assignment is today.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, distinguished Toastmaster Ratindra Nath, fellow Toastmasters of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, and distinguished Toastmasters who are guests in this club, in this meeting today. Very good afternoon to you all. It's a pleasure being the general evaluator for this meeting. I just would like to say that I was a bit late to log in due to some internet technology problem in my laptop, so I logged in into the mobile. Thanks for giving me this opportunity, being the general evaluator, and my role as general evaluator to evaluate the entire meeting and give constructive feedback at the end of the meeting with the help of the assignees, timer, our counter grammarian, and the individual evaluators. I hope to enjoy the meeting with inspirational speeches and in exciting evaluations. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much once again, Toastmaster of the Day, distinguished Toastmaster Ratindra Nath. Over to you.
Keep smiling, DTM Ahmed Rizvi. And
Thank
by
you.
the way, we started the meeting in time at exactly 4 o'clock, just for your records and your general evaluators' comments. Okay, that is done now. Fellow Toastmasters, now for the first speaker. The first speaker is a great friend of mine, Toastmaster Mohammad Al-Dosari. The most admired reason for me to say that he is my good friend is this person has the strength and the perseverance to go ahead with these Toastmasters speeches, whatever it may be. When he started hesitantly. He was a little scared of giving speeches. But today, I see him as a person who is always there, coming forward to give speeches, and is improving himself from speech to speech and speech to speech. He has already proven himself in the Arabic section of the Toastmasters clubs and got accolades for him as well as the BAT membership also. I feel very glad to see that his progress has been wonderful. With that, I would like now to request Toastmaster Mohammad Al-Dosari to proceed with his speech, his first speech. Mr. Toastmaster DTM Mohammad Al-Dosari.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to see the timer, please. Okay. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Whoa! Do you know who is the owner of the black dresses? Do you remember that feat? That during the hero of the childhood dream? Rather, my love childhood. Master of ceremony, fellow Toastmaster, and guest. Good afternoon and good evening to you all. I was excited to see that hero in front of me. That hero, death does not mean anything for him. Without any doubt, you know him, right? He is the great wrestler with the black dresses, Undertaker. How many of you were watching Bahrain channel 55 in 19th century? This character was always making me actually and lovingly. I was waiting for him on Bahrain channel weekly. after several hits on the screen, it didn't work without this hits. And I used to act, and I used his brag achievement for. I used to brag on his achievement, and I used to his movie in my school and among my neighbors and in my friends. And in the end of the day, I was always thrown to the ground. And when I go to the home with many bruises in my forehead, my mother came and asked me, "My beloved son, what is this precious in your face?" I tell her, "My mother, this is an effect of wrestling and football with my friends." And that was a first punch on failures in my childhood. And after I grow and I know that's word of Toastmaster word, I want to after this, I want to begin my steps to. I want to begin my step to speak about my love, Undertaker. That's mysterious character, and that personality does not give up easily. Of course, you know him. He is Undertaker. And when I came up on the stage and I tell the audience, I act like Undertaker. I walk among my neighbors like Undertakers. And everything about Undertaker. You know, I am not on the stage of the speak, but I feel I am in the wrestling area. I won in the first speech because only 8 members inside the hall. I think they want to encourage me and help me to grow. And I was very happy for this victory. I feel I broke the barrier for fear. And yes, I think in myself, yes, I can do it. You can do it. Everybody can do it. I can do. I finished my degree in law. Yes. And I finished my leaderships. And I think I can do more than successful. And they hope came to me because the environment of the Toastmaster family. Yes, family. Brothers and sisters, please, everybody want to put fingers to the others by positive, by hope. Don't forget to give hope to the any humans you see him in life. Thank you. Back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, DTM Mohammed Thank you very much for the nice speech. And we shall now go to the second speaker. And I would first like to introduce the evaluator, the second speaker's evaluator. And the second speaker's evaluator is a person who I call as my teacher, Arabic teacher. She teaches me Arabic always, and always with a smile. She will tell me sentences when we used to have physical meetings, and then ask me to reply to her sentence. And that way I used to learn. I miss her very much, and she has promised that she will be teaching me on the WhatsApp now from onwards. And she's a very dear friend of mine from a very long time. She's been a long-standing member of BAT, and I would like to welcome now Toastmaster Rana as the second speech evaluator. Toastmaster Rana, the floor is yours.
And wait for me for the Arabic lesson later on. In the end of the meeting. Shukran. And now I will be the evaluator of my speaker, not for her personal. I will be evaluator for her speech. My speaker is Amanda, and her purpose of her speech is the speech is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. She will be doing great speech, and I'm looking forward to hear about her and learn about her and all information about herself. So I wish her all the best, and the floor is yours. All the best. And back to you, MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rana. Fellow Toastmasters, now it's time for the second speaker to come up on the stage. And the second speaker is a young lady who is a very versatile speaker. And apart from her speaking ability, she is always in the forefront to take up assignments, whether it is on the club level, on the area level, or district level. She is always there and taking up assignments and doing it diligently. She's a wonderful person, and a person who has recently joined BAT, but has been with BAT from a very long time. And we were very happy to have her in our BAT family. Fellow Toastmasters, please help me welcome Toastmaster Amanda Rabot.
The night was dark. It was a stormy night. The rain didn't stop. The rain kept on falling. And there was a couple who was waiting to rush to the hospital. The wife was in labor pain, and the husband didn't know what to do. But they quickly rushed to the hospital. It was the 20th of June, 1979. After some time, the wife was able to deliver a beautiful baby. Do you know who that baby was? Some say yes, it's me. Some say no. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. First, let me tell you that baby was, I don't know who that baby was. It was not me. My birthday is on the 26th of September, way after 1979. I'm not going to tell you the year because then you will guess my age. But today I thought I'm going to introduce myself in a different way. You already know my name, you already know what I do, and you already know who I am. Today, I am going to tell you 3 phases in my life that you don't know about me. But before I go to tell about myself, let me tell you something that I want to share with you all. In today's world, people always try to decide what is good for you and what is good for me. They try to decide what is good for us, not let us decide what is good for us. Right, let's move on to phase number 1 in my life. From the day I was born until I was 13, 14 years old, I was very happy and very safe because there was no one to interfere in my life. But when I was 17 years old, still schooling, this nightmare happened in my life. My intelligence, my smartness, and my talent became a threat to my own fellow students. Can you believe it? My talent became a threat to them. I became the teacher's favorite in the school, but everyone in my class started hating me. Being in a class of 22 students, I was the only student sitting by myself without having any friends to be with me. Even though there were 22 students in the class, I felt alone in my class. So that's phase number 1. Phase number 2. Some of you already know about this, but some of you don't. I became a young adult and I met this guy whom I thought that I was able to spend the rest of my life with him. But 15 days before my wedding, I called off the wedding because I thought and I knew that I will never be happy if I be with this person. That's phase number 2 in my life. And phase number 3, after forgetting everything, I came to Bahrain. And once again, I showed my talents and my skills. And the school who recruited me decided that they are going to appoint me as the coordinator. But there were people who did not like this. So they went behind my back, spoke to the management, and anyhow tried to get rid of me as the coordinator. And guess what? They achieved it. The next year, I didn't become the coordinator. Now, why am I telling you all this? Because phase 1, when my friends started ignoring me, I could have done 2 things. 1, either to quit school, or 2, ignore them and be audacious and go to school and show them your talent. And guess what? I was audacious to go to school and show them that I didn't care what they did to me. Phase number 2, when I called off the wedding, so many people told me, are you even crazy to do that? You're a girl. So what? If you're not going to be happy in your life, why do you care about others? And phase number 3, the same management who listened to others had to come back to me, asking me to take up the coordinator's role after 3 years. That is because I did not give up in anything. I fought and fought and fought and stood strong till I achieved. All of you know my only dream is to become the world champion in public speaking. Do you think it will be easy for me? See how audacious y'all are. Y'all are deciding for me again. But I agree, it's not going to be an easy journey. But I will not give up. Until I go and win that trophy, I am going to fight. And my message for you is also, do not give up no matter what happens in your life. Fight, 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 because it's you and your life. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
You are muted, DTM Ratender. I can't hear you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amanda and fellow Toastmasters. Our last speaker of the evening is the third speaker. And before I introduce the third speaker, let me introduce to you the third evaluator who is going to be evaluating the third speaker. And the third evaluator is none other than our good, amicable President, ever smiling President DTM Khalid Abdullah. God bless you, DTM Khalid, with your new assignment next year from next month onwards.
Thank you so
DTM
much.
Khalid, the floor is yours.
God bless you and everyone around. Good evening once again, and special good evening to what an audacious speaker that I'm going to evaluate very soon, DTM Zahra Al-Mukharrag. Let me state the objective of her speech. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn about and apply the skills needed to run a lessons learned meeting during a project or after its completion. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of his or her leadership experience and the impact of a lessons learned meeting. Timer, note that the time is 5 to 7 minutes. I look forward to hear from you, DTM Zahra, with your audacious speech. All the best. Mr. Master of Ceremonies, floor is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters, the third speaker and the final speaker of this evening is Toastmaster Zahra Al-Mukharrag. Toastmaster Zahra is a soft-spoken, dynamic lady who I always wonder where she gets all this energy from. She takes up so many assignments and does it so wonderfully well that even our very, very strict and hard President DTM Khalid Abdullah had to come to a conclusion saying this person is a dynamic leader and she has to be so truly felicitated after the end of her term. And we are looking forward for that felicitation, which is going to be there. I was told by somebody that the first in-person meeting is going to be a felicitation ceremony for the dynamic Toastmasters, Zahra Al-Mukharrag. Please help me welcome fellow Toastmasters, DTM Zahra, for the third speech.
Huge swimming pool for Olymps with waterfall, 4 luxurious halls with bathrooms, 2 playgrounds for tennis and basketball. Would you like to join? Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon to you. Once upon a time, there was a family living in Bahrain. They were all bored, and it was a very sunny and hot day during summer holiday. The mom found an advertisement in the newspaper, a luxurious 4 holes, huge swimming pool. She was audacious. Without any hesitation, she called and booked the family. It was very huge. She called all her family members, cousins, and friends. She invited them all for this pool. She took her kids to mother care to buy the swimming suits, tubes, and goggles, and whatever they want. And that was My mom. 5 months, after 5 days, 5 a.m. in the morning, we were all ready, jumping with joy. In fact, we couldn't sleep that night. Finally, we arrived. Let's jump. Oh, this is the kids' pool. Let's find a huge pool. First door, second door. Third. The pool was very small. Never mind, let's jump. My cousin, Ahmed, he brought a very huge boat tube. It covered half of the pool. We couldn't either swim. We didn't have the choice either to swim or to be on that boat. But it was a lovely day. After lunch, my brother decided to clean the pool as it was not very clean. So he asked the guard to remove the water, not even a single drop. He called all the boys and they started cleaning the walls around until it was super clean. They went to the guard again and asked him to open the water. Nothing. They went back to him and asked him to open the water. Nothing. The entire family went to the guard shouting and screaming at him, open the water! My brother came back and he was feeling bad. He was about to fall into tears. It's stuck. We will not be able to swim. My cousin Ahmed, he said, waterfall. Yes, waterfall. Let's go and find it. Searching here and there, here and there. We asked the guard, where is the waterfall? And it was a very thin pipe with holes in it. Is this a waterfall? After a few minutes, we could not stay there because there was nothing enjoyable. Fellow Toastmasters, life is about decisions. Some we regret, and some we're proud of. It was not the right decision from my mom to choose, book, and pay without checking the place. It was not the right decision from my cousin Ahmed to bring a very huge boat tube. And of course, it was not the right decision from my brother to clean the pool during lunchtime. Although none of them made the right decision, but we enjoyed it a bit. Fellow Toastmasters, I believe that bad decisions might lead to a happy endings. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Zara, for a very nice speech. We will now get into the table topic session, and the table topic session will be conducted by the table topics master, Toastmaster Vidad Al-Hijazi. Fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster Vidad, I had the pleasure of talking to her in these last few days, and knowing her a little better while we were discussing the handover of the secretariat. And then I understood all her experiences which she has gone through, and she's gone through a lot of experiences. And she a wonderful teacher and with a good teaching background. And she is leaving very soon for Beirut. This is one person with a Toastmaster Vidal who I always used to look forward to her evaluations whenever I was taking up any assignment or any speeches. Her evaluations have always been in very proper and very encouraging for me to improve myself. Toastmaster Vidal will be leaving for Beirut, and I wish her a safe trip. And madam, we will be looking forward to your coming back to Bahrain and being with us. Although you will be in virtual connection with us on our BAT meetings, but physically also Bahrain is a better place than in any case Beirut. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vidal, for all your help in these days. And now the floor is all to you. Toastmaster Vidal, please help me welcome fellow Toastmaster, the table topics master for this evening.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Ratender, for the introduction. Actually, you gave me a little bit shy. Good evening to all fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Well, it was audacious from me to take the role of the table topic master for today. And as we have seen, we have some fantastic speeches prepared this evening, and it was presented in a very audacious way. However, in the real life, we usually don't have the luxury of being able to prepare and plan for our speeches in advance. Today, we're going to have some questions or some quotations to ask on. As a table topic master, it's my duty to present some of you, and I'm eager to see you enjoying yourself, using the ability to speak confidently, clearly, and with a little or no preparation for a very valuable and audacious skill you have. Like many things in life, competence simple comes with practice. Fellow Toastmasters, the table topic session allows us to practice our impromptu speaking in a safe and friendly environment. It also gives members who do not have spoken yet the chance to speak. So, who's going to be the first audacious one to share with us today?
Can timers be audacious to do that, or it's not allowed?
With pleasure. With pleasure. Let me share the presentation, and for your is it shared?
So,
can you see
I
it?
can only monitor the time for me.
Okay.
I can do that.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Just give me a second. Let me adjust my timing.
Is the screen clear for you? For everyone?
Yes, I can see the screen. I can see the smile.
Okay, so the first question for you is, you yourself, as much as anybody in the universe, deserve your love and affection. You yourself, as much as anybody in the universe, deserve your love and affection. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening, table topic master and all fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk about this subject. Definitely, first of all, one should love himself, and then only people will love yourself. So this is something to do with confidence. The person may look very handsome, very charming, but when he starts speaking and you do not see any confidence in him, you could not love that person. So the confidence is the key to succeed in the life, and that confidence comes from self-appreciation, and this self-appreciation comes through your own love for yourself. Of course, it's a human nature that you take care of yourself, but fortunately or unfortunately, people keep thinking negative about themselves and fail in life. So to me, I believe that I'm successful because I appreciate myself, I love myself, and Toastmaster is the forum where this is what is one of the aspects which we learn. Thank you very much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Deepak, for the nice speech you have. Unprepared and being audacious to be the first one, the first volunteer for this. Okay, who would like to be the second table topic speaker for today? I have names in mind, but I like you to mention who would like to be, who's the volunteer, who's the audacious person with us today.
I can try. If no other audacious members we have, I can always try.
Okay, so thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid, for taking the second speech as the topic speaker. A smile costs nothing but gives much. It enriches those who receive without making poorer those who give. A smile costs nothing but gives much. It enriches those who receive without making poorer those who give. The floor is yours. Don't forget to pin the timer and use the word of the day.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Table Topic Masters. What a lovely topic, talking about smile. Many, of course, refer to my smile from now and then. And one of them was our Master of Ceremonies today, DTM Ratender. But what people don't know what goes behind that smile. I took this smile attitude from a small clip from YouTube. There was a clip that talks about leading like a swan. The clip says, when you are among your fellow, whoever with you, and you are the leaders, behind the water, you need to really paddle as much as you can because you have to swim. But on top, you need to lead like a swan. You don't need to show others that you are really struggling behind the water. So that's the smile that I would love to give it back to you. Lead like a swan. No matter how struggling you are, no matter what struggles you have behind the scene, be audacious enough to smile, because smiling is also infectious. When you smile, others around you, whether you are in a position to lead or not, would also smile back. Lead like a swan. Keep on smiling. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you for the lovely speech. You made value for this quotation, actually. Okay, thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid. Who else would like to participate? Who's the second volunteer?
I will suggest for you DTM Saraya Jum'a. We haven't heard from her for a long time. Since she is here,
yeah,
maybe we can hear from her.
DTM Saraya, are you ready? Okay, are you ready?
Just let me switch my camera. Actually, I raised my hand, but you didn't notice. I don't know if is the camera is on or not yet.
I'm still practicing myself and sharing the.
Now it is on.
Yes.
It is on, yes.
I need to change the background. Just give me a second.
It's okay. It's okay. So, happiness is when you think, you say, you do, are in harmony. Happiness is when you think.
I didn't hear
You
you,
say.
sir, because my air conditioner was on. So can you, yeah, now, yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. The floor is yours.
Happiness. Everyone is searching for happiness. Master, table topics master, fellow Toastmaster. This is what we are all looking for, especially at this time with uncertainty. We are looking to how we can be happy and how we don't think with all the trouble we are facing. And here comes the solution. It is all here. What we think is what will happen. Happiness is a mindset. If you think you are happy, you will feel happy and it will reflect in everything you are doing. If you are thinking that the world is collapsing, you will not think positively, and that will direct you to a negative thinking. And everything you will do, everything you are seeing around you, it will be negative. So that's why you need to think positively so that you will and have a harmony. Don't think positively and try to convince yourself you are happy. You need to convince yourself and to what you say you are matching to what you are doing, because if there is no match, there is no happiness, and you will be struggling inside yourself because you are not in a harmony of what you are doing, what you are saying, what you are thinking. Is the three things which we have to think about it, when not only think about it, to take care of it when we are want to be happy in real life. What you think, what you say, and what you do, it should match and fit together, because that is one piece. That is our nature. If we want to be a complete human being, we have to look at these three parts in our life, in everything we do. Everything's around us, look at it, think of it, and when you are speak with it in a positive way, in a happy way, and that will reflect and come back to you. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thoraya, for the really good speech you give and the quotations and words you told us. Hopefully, we all reach a state of harmony in our life and enjoy this happiness sincerely and audaciously in a very, very practical way. Well, let's move to speaker 4, who would like to be. Just speak, because just tell me who want to be, who would like to help me finish our table topic for today.
You can have Dr. Gina.
Okay, she's with us today. I didn't
haven't heard from her as well.
Yeah, so long we haven't seen her even. Okay, Dr. Gina, are you ready? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Vadia, just give me 1 minute time. I'll just open my speaker video.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President, for supporting me as usual.
Madam Table Topics Master, this will be the last table topic, please.
Okay, thank you.
We are already late by 9 minutes.
Okay, noted.
Yes, we are late actually.
Okay, Toastmaster Regina, are you ready now?
Yes.
Okay. So, love is the strongest force the world possesses. Love is the strongest force the world possesses. The floor is yours. Toastmaster Regina.
Okay. Are you able to see me? Yes or no?
Sorry.
Can you see me or no?
Yes, now we can see you, Toastmaster Gina.
Okay. Thank you for the table topic master to giving me such a good title, for this table topic. First of all, I would like to thank our BAT members for giving me this opportunity. Love is the strongest force in the world. Now, if I tell about love, there are many aspects of love. Love can be coming from the first aspect of love, we will get it from our parents. Then after we are married, we get it from our husband. Then after that, we will have it from our children. So the cycle of love, it's round. There is always a concept saying that if you are able to give a bundle of love, you will get a bundle of
Voice is not clear, Toastmaster Gina.
love in returns. Okay, and the love should be pure. Is it clear now? Sir, I think that it is clear.
Yeah, better little louder, please. I think you are far away from the mic. Now it is better.
Okay. Okay. Now, my concept about this is love is the strongest force in the world. I say that love is like a cycle. The first aspect of our love comes from our mother, then comes from our partner, then comes from our children. Our love to be given should be a purified love, should be without expecting anything in return. Sir. For example, I will tell you, where our mother supports us from the time we are born. She make us grow up, and then she will make us to lead us into a career. She makes sure that we get into a good partner. And also when our parents are reaching into such a stage that they need help from the children, we should consider the love that the parents gave to us, so that we can and also analyze whatever sacrifices they have done. So the returns, we will give it to our parents at their age, or at their older age, when we are extending our hand to them, saying that, or promising to our parents, saying that, my dad, mom, I will be with you till the end, no matter what happens. This is what I would define a pure love. Thank you, and back to table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gina, for this speech. And by the way, I was curious how to prepare these quotations and the table topic master, but actually all these are quotations by Gandhi, and we all know who he is. So this will be matched with the title of our meeting today. That's all for me now. Wish all the best for all the speakers for today. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vidad. Fellow Toastmasters, we are at 5:18. That means we are 10 minutes late into getting into our next session, which is the evaluation session. And the evaluation session, our general evaluator is all set and ready, and the floor is yours now. DTM Ahmed Rizvi.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Rakinder Nas, the Master of Ceremonies for the day. Am I audible and visible?
Yes. Yeah. Very clear, both ways.
Thank you so much. Fellow Toastmasters, as we all know, evaluation is one of the most important aspects of Toastmasters meetings. Criticism is not a thing to be taken very seriously, but as a feedback to improve ourselves. And that is the very nice thing in Toastmasters, that you get feedback without getting your feelings hurt. And today my job is to evaluate the entire meeting from the beginning to the end, and time is of the essence, and almost we have exceeded the timing by 10 minutes according to the Toastmaster of the day. So let us go with the timer's report for the speeches and the table topic commentators, so the balloting can be done after getting the timing. May I have the timer, Toastmaster Vivek, to give the timer's report for the speeches as well as the table topic commentators. Toastmaster Vivek. Screen is yours.
This is Deepak actually.
Deepak, sorry. Toastmaster Deepak. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, it's okay, no problem. Okay, all the speakers are qualified. Speaker 1, 6 minutes 24 seconds. Second speaker 6 minutes 30 seconds. Third speaker 5 minutes 46 seconds. All speakers are qualified. For table topics, for myself, DTM Khalid was monitoring the time, so he has to give that report. For Khalid, 1 minute 30 seconds for the table topics. Second table topics, I could not catch her name, but it was 1 minute 50 seconds. And then next table topics speaker, Dr. Gina, it was 2 minutes 30 seconds. So all the table topic masters are speakers and
project speakers are qualified. Yes.
Yeah, all are qualified.
Thank you so much. For a round of applause to the time, and given the explanation of the timing criteria was very well done. And we are glad to have you here, Toastmaster Deepak. First of all, let us go on to the evaluations of the project speeches. So first, the evaluator is distinguished Toastmaster Said Abbas. Can I have the evaluation for the first speaker, Toastmaster Al-Dosari, please?
DTM Ahmed Rizvi, the general evaluator, and the speaker for tonight, Toastmaster Muhammad Dosari. And to everybody, good evening and good afternoon for everyone. It's my pleasure to evaluate speaker number 1, Toastmaster Muhammad Dosari, for his first speech as a icebreaker from the humorous speaking bath. Well, let me congratulate Toastmaster Muhammad for bringing us to a history during his speech. Toastmaster Muhammad delivered a project of the icebreaker in which the basic objectives is to introduce himself and to learn a basic structure of public speaking and to introduce himself to the audience. He exactly succeeded very well in that. But because of Toastmaster Muhammad is a very humorous speech, we get to know him in Arabic. That's why he started with a very popular music and world champion of wrestling. And those can be remembered only by those who born in 1969 and below. That's why Toastmaster, one of the ladies, could not remember what this stage that Toastmaster Muhammad is talking about. 10, 10, 10. This is the music of a world champion of wrestling, is linked to the Undertaker. It is really a testing machine. Excellent presentation of a real time. And the linking between the world champion of wrestling, Undertaker, and Muhammad. Toastmaster Muhammad that's a very, very great linking. Undertaker is a very strong and determined a champion who never give up. And as well as you, we get to know you through him that you never, never, never give up. We know you as a very, very, very good speaker in Arabic, and you are a very champion, a humorous champion in Arabic. That's why you never give up and you are trying your best to be a champion in English as well. We get to know more about you. It's my first time to know that you are a lawyer. You get a lawyer certificate. That's great. You ended up your speech with a very powerful ending that's short and to the point. Dear fellow Toastmasters, don't forget to put hope to others, because your hope to others will push them to be better. Now, Toastmaster Muhammad, I will not leave you without improvement. I have a few improvements for you to be a humorous speaker in English. I know that you are a champion in Arabic. Now you need to switch to learn the bunch of a humorous speech in English. Where is the line that you can hit to be a humorous in English? Number two, you need to rehearse. You need to rehearse, you need to rehearse, and you need to practice and to get ready. Number three, the stage is all yours. You are very much familiar with the camera. So you need to get yourself ready. And without any further delay, congratulating you for such a wonderful speech. I really understand the link between Arabic humorous and English humorous. Now we need to switch to English humorous because you are delivering this speech in English to an English audience. With this, congratulating you again and hand over the control back to the general evaluator. Back to you, DTM Ahmed Rizvi.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Said Abbas. What a constructive feedback there. I hope the speaker will take all the recommendations and try to become a wonderful, humorous speaker. Next speaker was evaluated by Toastmaster Rana Almanai of the speech of the, again, icebreaker, our new member, Toastmaster Amanda Rabo. Please, Toastmaster Rana Almanai, can I have the evaluation for the speech delivered by Toastmaster Amanda Rabo?
You're muted, Toastmaster Rana.
Don't give up and fight. As we should know and do it. We all should fight for what we want in life. Life is a challenge life. I would like to congratulate TM Amanda for her speech. We know that she is a big fighter and we support her and we will fight with her on her new challenge to be our champion. She took us in her part of her life. This is her first speech as an icebreaker. I would like to congratulate her for her speech and part of her as she's a student in her life and work, and it shows how she did fight for her life and for what she wants, for all the challenges. And we are sure proud of her, of what she has been through and how she reached. And she divided her life in 3 parts: phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And this is those things that she make it separated and that divided. Also, I would like to support her in her speeches in the future. And just for a new, for tiny, slightly thing that I want to, for improvement, I would like to get more information about you as icebreaker. As not all the members know you. Maybe you are another member and they know you better. For me, the first time for me to meet you, but I'm proud to meet you today through the Zoom, and inshallah we'll meet soon. And I would like to congratulate you for next meet for this speech. I'm looking forward for the next speech. Thank you. All the best, Madam Champion. And back to you, GE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rana, for that evaluation on the icebreaker speech of Amanda Rabo. May I have the evaluation for the third speaker? Third speaker was evaluated by our D20 CGD elect and current, sorry, the PQD elect and current CGD. Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, please let me have the evaluation for the speech of third speaker.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator and the Area 3 Director. and many more accolades. Good evening to all of you, and special good evening to, again, the audacious speaker, DTM Zahra Kharag. Let me start with so many things that I really liked about your speech, DTM Zahra. First one is the virtual background. You really made us feel that we are with you in the pool itself by having a virtual background. So this is the excellent hook at the beginning of the speech. And then the description of the setting itself. I like the description. I like your hand gestures while you are explaining the place where you are in the pool. Then you went on, of course, with explaining the story that you had with your family, the pool itself, 5 days, 5 a.m. The gestures, the hand gestures were really rich in your speech, overall of the speech itself. I liked the way you started describing the scenes that you are going, the doors over the stage, small pool, huge boat, again, with the hand gestures was there as well. Very tiny pipe with holes. What I liked about this as well, that you were giving jokes, but you are still not smiling with the jokes, because that's something that you feel like you wanted us to smile. So this is amazing. And I also like the pauses. So when you pause between one scene to the other, we also have this type of what would happen next. So that's what we also were engaged throughout the speech. And at the end, of course, life is about decisions, and you need to choose wisely and learn from your own choices. That was the conclusion of your speech. If I were in your shoes, DTM Zahra, what would I add to take this pool into a bigger one? First and foremost, I'm sure this is not something new. We need to stand. Of course, I'm not going with whatever I preach, but this is something, at least for a speaker, you need to stand. And I think this would be very impactful as well when you explain the pool itself. Second, of course, the virtual background was amazing. But if you have chosen a little bit smaller pool, because the virtual background tells the opposite of what you are describing. You were saying that it was a small pool. So this is only from my observation. And when you saw the small pool, you could have a little bit dramatized the scene. I felt you said it, again, from my humble opinion, you said it a bit quickly and then you moved on. You could have dramatized it. We could have seen your facial expression when you see that small pool after all of the expected bigger pool that you had. Last comment is your internet. We unfortunately, we could not see the whole speech because the internet was disturbing your speech. And I noticed this also, not only in this speech, but also in whatever other segments that you attempt. Please watch out for your internet, because that took away some of the fun or excitement that you had in the speech itself. In summary, what an audacious performance. I myself feel that I want to go to a pool, and I'm really lucky that next week we are going for a pool. So well done for that. If you could just stand, dramatize a little bit, and remember the virtual background, give us small pool with better internet. I'm sure you would take this speech into a higher level. Thank you so much, DTM Zahra. Wish you all the best, and over to you, General Evaluator.
What a descriptive evaluation that was. Fantastic. Give a round of applause to all the evaluators who audaciously took the challenge to give the proper feedback to the speakers, and to the speakers who were excellent in all three speeches. But my recommendation, I would like the speakers to audaciously take the challenge of delivering the speeches relevant to our club title, Advanced Toastmasters, to stand up and deliver the speeches. I would really, really like to see all the speakers standing and delivering the speeches so that we can bring back that momentum of the physical meeting. I humbly request for all the speakers and everybody to do that. May I have the timers report for the evaluators, please? Toastmaster Deepak.
Sure, sure. Good evening once again. Evaluator 1, 4 minutes 30 seconds. Evaluator 2, 2 minutes 30 seconds qualified. Evaluator 3, 3 minutes 14 seconds qualified. So except evaluator 1, all are qualified. Thank you very much.
Once again, thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak, for keeping an accurate record of timing, and very well done job. Explanation of the timing also was very much in keeping in line with the Toastmasters explanation. Now coming to the general remarks, I know the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ratindra announced when I took over that the meeting started on time. So I know Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters since our this term, I have seen almost all the meetings we start on the dot at 4 o'clock, and that is the best thing we can expect. Everybody who have come join the online meetings, they expect the meeting to start on time, and for that I must give a round of applause to the President and the Sergeant at Arms who are doing a great job in starting the meeting on time. Unfortunately, in the Toastmaster of the day handed control to me 10 minutes for exited. I do not know where the time played wrongly. Maybe it's the introductions, etc. from the Toastmaster of the day. Maybe it could have been. So let us look at it to control the timing in our other meetings as well. Table Topic Master, yes, Table Topic Master did a marvelous job. Toastmaster Vijasi, you excellent. Topics were excellent, and everybody were ready to comment on each topic what was given. But still, I feel whether screen showing, slides showing the topics are the right way of doing the table topics. Only for listening purpose is the table topics is done or not. But since everything is online now, we are coming back to giving the topics also to be seen and read and then commented upon. Maybe this could change, but I do not know how far we could implement that. Other than that, Table Topic Master, another round of applause for having done a great job. All the Table Topic commentators, you did a marvelous job. Now coming to the reports from the grammarian. Can I have the report from grammarian Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq?
Thank you, Master General Evaluator. Today, the word of the day, audacious, was used audaciously 26 times, and I'll give a big applause to every one of you. And the people who tied at the top were both DTM Khalid Abdullah and Toastmaster Vidal at 6 each. Wonderful, well done. The other speakers also used it. DTM Ratindranath used it 4 times. DTM Farhas Farooq used it 2 times. Toastmaster Deepak, our timer, used it 2 times. Even our guest, Toastmaster guest Milhana, used it once. Toastmaster Amanda used it twice. And DTM Zahra Muharrak used it twice. And DTM Rizvi, our general editor, also was audacious enough to use it once. Regarding the grammar, I would say the grammar, most of the time, the grammar was mostly Asian and Arabic. There were some accents behind that. That is there. I know English is not a first language for all of this, except for a few people whose pronunciation of the words were proper. There were some accent, mostly in some of the other people's speeches, but I think this will improve by practice and observation, and that is what we are here for. So I'll not go into detail. Everybody can see the recording and learn from themselves at the moment. Regarding the quotes that were used, the Table Topic Master brought wonderful quotes, so I'll not repeat them anyway, because those quotes were excellent. But I'll try to put some quotes that some of the speakers used. Like our first table topic speaker, Toastmaster Deepak, used, confidence comes through self-appreciation. Yes, confidence comes through self-appreciation. DTM Khalid Abdullah, as a table topic speaker, said, lead like a swan, and smiling is infectious. Great quotes and great story behind that one. DTM and Toastmaster Gina also said, love is what you get and give back selflessly. Yes, that is what this love is, selflessly, with that one. And with that, I'll finish my grammarian report, Mr. Master General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq for the wonderful grammarian report. Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Atirnath. What can I say? He was really audacious today to conduct this meeting so audaciously. Round of applause to distinguished Toastmaster Atirnath. What a wonderful speech titles today, the theme, everything. If you put together a sentence into that, maybe it's not the right decision to audaciously wear the black robe, but you and your life can be joyful and you can keep smiling when you come to Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, let me have the report from the R counter.
Mr. General Evaluator, dear Toastmasters, thank you so much for this great opportunity given to me to improve my listening skills by trying to follow how we have all performed. I'm happy to say that the total count of ours was only 30 today, which is actually quite good. So I must commend everybody and please give yourselves a big round of applause. I would also like to say nobody, sadly or happily, won my top 20 hours crown. So which means everybody did very well. And I must point out that the prepared speakers did exceptionally well. Even our table topic speakers did very well. Our evaluators too did a reasonably good job. I would like to point out a couple of mannerisms that I observed. And one of them is the tendency for us to drag words that we say to try and use that as a crutch. Like, for example, and I thought, that is a crutch. We should try to avoid dragging words. If we want to think, pause and think. Let us not drag the words. The other famous and very favorite crutch word that we all tend to overuse is the word and. When the use of the word and is fixed, the word and is used in conjunction. I had bread and butter. Then we use and. The cat and mouse fought with each other. We don't need to use the word and when we are linking unrelated topics. If we do, that serves as a crutch. It's easier said than done. English is not our first language for most part. So we would generally tend to use the word and in an unnecessary context, but let us be conscious and try to avoid using that. Other than that, I enjoyed the role today and I hope I have done justice to the role. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Farooq, for that wonderful R-Compass report. I do not have the luxury of evaluating the business session and the installation ceremony. Unfortunately, they have been passed on to the later stage. So with that, my general evaluation comes to an end. I hand control back to the audacious master of ceremony, distinguished Toastmaster Atirnath.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, for that wonderful session and a session brought about in the time which you had. Thank you very much. Fellow Toastmasters, the next item on the list. Before the next item on the list, I would like to tell you, it is 5:44 now, and I have to give back control to the President, and by 5:44. We are about 2-3 minutes away from that. Exceeding our time limit. And so let me introduce now, without any ado, the president of the club for giving away, presenting the awards. I guess we have done that survey. Did we? No. I don't think
we
so.
haven't. We haven't done the poll, but
can we do that now, or would
sure.
you want to leave it,
Sure.
keep it
Yeah,
later after the business session?
Let
Or
it
we
be.
can do
Let it be.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
So we
Let's
can
do it
prepare it
fast.
well.
Fellow Toastmasters, please submit your ballots as quickly as possible. Are we done? Even the guests are allowed, right?
Yeah.
Toastmaster Milana, we didn't see your ballot. Have you done it?
We need to have.
Okay, that's done. So the second one,
We need three more. We are having a tie.
We are having a tie. Three more, please. Three more to go. Gentlemen, please go ahead, look at your screens. And put your comment, and let's finish with the.
We can
Have we
go
finished
ahead with the tie. Yeah, let's
Yes,
go ahead with
okay.
the tie. No
Let's
problem.
go ahead with the next one then, Mr. President.
Yeah, sure. Best evaluator.
Best evaluators is on your screens. 30 seconds for you to vote. Only 2 people are there in the list. Let's do it fast, please. Done. Mr. President, anybody else remaining?
Yeah, I think it's okay. We can just
Go ahead with
end
the
that.
poll.
Yeah, we can end that. Let's move on to the
We
last
have move on to the table topics then.
table topics. Yes.
Yes, gentlemen, it is on your screen. 30 seconds. Are we done?
I think the same 11.
No problem. Okay.
Same 11. So I'll end that here as well. Yes.
Dr. Thuraya, Dr. Rana, Vidad, they are not on the screen. I hope they have already pulled in their ballots.
No worries. I'll end it here.
Okay. Yes. Mr. President, you will go ahead with our.
Yes. So now next is the business session.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, thank you all for a very good evening and a very nice time I had. Keep smiling, everybody, not only just Toastmasters, Zara, everybody. Mr. President, you're not smiling.
I'm about to smile.
Okay, keep smiling. Mr. Ahmed Rizvi, is he there? Yes, sir. He is there. He's smiling. Mr. President, back to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, for such a lovely meeting and such a lovely Master of Ceremonying. May I call you back to tell me whether we have a quorum for today? You're muted.
We have 17 people, and then we have one guest, Milhana. That's
We
all.
have two guests.
We have 16 members there.
All right. Okay.
Including
so
our area director is considered as a member because he is area director.
Okay. So would you mind reading a summary of the last meeting?
Summary of the last meeting, Mr. President, will be read by our incoming secretary, Toastmaster Vidad. Toastmaster Vidad, can you help me out here, please?
Excuse me, summary of
the last meeting.
Last meeting, yes. Okay. So our summary of our last meeting, the attendance, most of the members of that meeting were attending. Do I need to mention all the names?
No, you can just summarize.
Okay, we have guests and they were welcomed very well. The education session was opened by the Sergeant at Arms, DTM Farhas Farouk, the president of Contuser Club. It was a joint meeting. DTM Maria Padilla Olvera introduced herself and opened the meeting. DTM Khalid Abdullah, president of that club, welcomed the guests to the meeting, and each of the guests introduced themselves to the audience and all the user members including. In this presidential address, DTM Khalid Abdullah spoke about geographical position of Toastmasters clubs. Toastmaster of the day, Maria Padilla, introduced the assignees. Toastmaster Eduardo Islas, as was the grammarian. Toastmaster Noha Madani, as the counter. Toastmaster Porfirio was the timer, and I was the general evaluator. DTM Ratinder was the Toastmaster table topic master. A short speech was given by Why Toastmasters, title يعني by Emmanuel, Toastmaster Emmanuel. The following speakers presented their speeches. Toastmaster Alfonso Santiago. The title was Focus on the Positives Project and Innovative Planning Level 3. It took 6 minutes and 2 seconds. The second speaker was Toastmaster Siham Muhammad. The title of her speech was Cross-Cultural Understanding. The project is Strategic Relationship Level 2, and she took 6 minutes, 38 seconds. The third speaker was Toastmaster Roberto Mendoza. It's Project 3, Level 3, Project 10. The title, Don't Be a Union Leader, Dynamic Leadership. He took 7 minutes, and the last speaker was Toastmaster Farouk Qadir. It was Leadership Development Level 1. It took 6 minutes, 8 seconds. The table topic session, the following commentators spoke on the table topics presented by distinguished Toastmaster Ratinderna, DTM Ali Shahbaz Ali, pandemic, what changes were there in your lifestyle and how you have had to adapt to change. He took 1 minute, 35 seconds. Toastmaster Angel Gomez, on weekends, what do we do? He took 1 minute, 22 seconds. Toastmaster Umi Sad, what do you like best about Toastmasters? She took 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Toastmaster, the first one, Toastmaster Kerimer, was an icebreaker and he took 2 minutes and 3 seconds. At the end, the evaluation session, the following evaluators presented their evaluation. Distinguished Toastmaster Zahra Al-Muharrab, 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Toastmaster Andreas, he took 3 minutes, 43 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, he took 3 minutes, 26 seconds. And Toastmaster Gustavo Antonio, he took 3 minutes and 25 seconds. The general evaluator was conducted by me, Toastmaster Widat Hijazi, and the club awards were presented to the best speakers. No, we didn't have this actually. It was me always telling that we have it, and we had this meeting today. That's it. Back to you.
Wow. Thank you. So although it's a business session, but I think she deserves a round of applause. Thank you so much, Madam Incoming President, Madam Incoming Secretary. Inshallah, President, why not? Inshallah, very soon. Let's move on to the officers' reports. And may I call on Toastmasters Rana for her report, please? Our Sergeant Arm. If you are speaking, we can't hear you. And I cannot see you.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay.
Good evening once again, and I will be handing over the stocks to DTM Ahmed Rizvi. I will be send them by the driver to him mostly this week. Please, DTM Ahmed Rizvi, be careful with your phone. The driver will call you to check your location and where your location to deliver the banner and the bag. As I received them from the previous Sergeant at Arm, DTM Hamad Dosari, is still with me, and it will be sent to you by a driver. And inshallah, by the end of this meeting, I will send the certificate. I will be showing out the certificates online now. And then I will be sending the certificate to the winners. Congratulate you all ahead, but I will not mention the names. And back to you, DTM Khalid, the President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rana of Sergeant Arms. May I call on for our treasurer, DTM
Yes.
Mohammed Dosari?
Thank you, Mr. President, DTM Khalid. As you know, we start with the budget from DTM Sayyid Abbas. I received
238 dinar. And this year, I increase it, you see 310 dinar, increase maybe more than 30 dinar. So that's the cash in hand now. And I hope we will increase in the next year, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, DTM Muhammad. Let's move on to the next officer, who is our secretary, DTM Ratender Nath.
Mr. President, all the we are started on the handover of the secretary's role assignment and the meeting minutes for how it has to be done, where it has to be done, and that we have been in touch with Toastmaster Vidad. It is in the process of getting over, and it should be done by next week, I think. And that would be finished. And as far as the other role as auditor, I have received all the what do you call the reports from our treasurer. It is in work in progress, and hopefully by Monday I would like to finish it and send it back to you and the treasurer, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, DTM Ratender, for all of your hard work. Moving on to our Vice President of Public Relations, DTM Zahra Al-Mukharrag. I can't hear you, DTM. Okay.
Yeah. May I have the entire slide? I'm not sure.
Sure.
Yep. Okay, thank you. Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, good afternoon to you all. And as a VP PR, I would like to share with you my report. In June 2020, the Instagram followers were 190. The Facebook followers were 29, and the website unique visitors were 191. And as you can see, in June 2021, we do have 361 followers on our Instagram, 639 followers on our Facebook, and 329 unique visitors. Yes, we deserve a round of applause. And I would like to announce that since the beginning, since June up to yesterday, we posted 183 posts, and we're aiming for the 200 by the coming few days. Next, please. And I would like to encourage you all to follow, like, and share it with your friends. I would like to share with you the award that we got, the best newsletter, and it was for the month of April. And yes, we do have a YouTube channel this year. We established this YouTube channel, and all the meetings, special meetings, and joint meetings are there as a reference. That's all from my side. And back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, DTM Zahra. Let's move on to the next officer, DTM Said Abbas.
Good evening, Mr. President, and good evening to the bad fellow Toastmasters and brothers and sisters. Well, to start with, let me first of all thanks every member and officer participated in the success of this term, and especially for the membership role. Currently, the membership strength is 20 members. 6 new members been added to the roster in this term, as the names are as listed: Toastmaster Aminda, Toastmaster Deepak, Toastmaster Ghulam Farouk, and Toastmaster Noha, Toastmaster Bitamparan Nair, and Toastmaster Siham. These are injected to the club in this term. Well, unfortunately, according to the club success plan, goal number 7 and 8, to add 8 members, unfortunately, we could not able to achieve this point. We made only 1 DCP on this membership. We have achieved point number 7, and exactly it is half of point number 8. However, it cannot be added, so we have achieved 1 point from the membership in the DCP. Of course, with effort of everyone, we will continue inviting the target Toastmasters and on the and as well as non-Toastmasters to bat to sustain the membership strength. And this is the report. And once again, thanks to everyone participated in the success of the Vice President membership strength. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, DTM Said Abbas. I'll speak to the CGD and maybe he would give you wasta, so he would give us 1.5 DCPs for you only. Let's move on to the next officer. Can I hear from our dashing, dynamic DTM, Farhaz Farouk, Vice President of Education?
Mr. President, dear Toastmasters, guests, thank you so much for a very eventful, fruitful, and a beneficial year for every single one of us. We started off the year with a plan, and the plan was simple: to get 6 DCPs in the education. I'm really happy to report that we managed to achieve that ambition with about 3 months to spare. And in the process, yes, please give yourselves a big round of applause. And in the process, we have actually built up a small reserve which we can unleash at the beginning of the next term, in line with what the previous Vice President Education did to this committee when he had a little reserve which he unleashed for our benefit at the beginning of our term. So we are going to return the favor to the next incoming exco as well. Thank you so much to all the members who worked really hard, pushed yourselves to make sure that our club has got what it takes to get the 6 DCPs and keep something in reserve for the future. And not just that, we also made sure that we opened our doors to guest speakers, friendly Toastmasters from within Bahrain, Kuwait, our District 20, as well as from outside our district, not just to do their project speeches, but also for them to try out their contest speeches, and we gave them valuable feedback. That's what Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters is about. That's the lesson that I learned in my first year in BAT under the leadership of DTM Ali Shahbaz when he was president. And he said we should open our doors to outsiders. And that's exactly what we continue to do. And we should continue to play that leadership role. One other thing I would like to point out is the Old is Gold series. It started off as a simple idea, as an audacious idea, Mr. Grammarian. And then it just blossomed into something out of the ordinary, to such an extent that sometimes we used to have potential speakers write to us and ask for an opportunity to speak. I know the incoming Vice President Education has an even more audacious and elaborate plan to take OIG to the next level, and I look forward to working with him in making that happen. Last but not least, just a quick word of thanks to everybody, and I will be failing in my duty if I don't thank our president, who right throughout the past year tolerated all my mood swings, the ups and downs, my little strikes, and still continued to provide the leadership that was necessary for all of us to work hard and get what it is. Thank you so much, Mr. President, dear Toastmasters, dear fellow members in BAT. I know this was a slightly long report, but I really wanted to thank every single one of you for what you have done. Please do the same for the incoming exco as well, because from what I heard, they are also good people. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Vice President of Education, very soon would be our president. From my end, I think already DTM Ratender mentioned the audit committee chair. And of course, I encourage all of the extra members to continue on the handover. Now, before I move on to the next segment, I noticed that I missed to move a motion and adopt for the minutes of the meeting, accept the minutes of the meeting as been read by acting secretary. So could I have someone, if there is any amendment, if there are no amendments, can I have someone to raise a motion to accept the minutes as been read and circulated?
Mr. President, I'm DTM Faraz, and I would propose that we accept the minutes as they were read and presented as a correct record of proceedings.
Thank you so much, DTM Faraz. Can I have someone to second that?
Mr. President, I, Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq, second that we are adoption of minutes.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ghulam. And before I go to any other business, I would like to share something. Bear with me. I know we are a little bit, few minutes late, but I think this would be worth it. We had a long term. And when I say long term, I really mean it. Long term, we had so much ups and downs, and we had some doubts as well in between, but we managed to make it. So let me, I would fail in my duties if I don't thank the ExCom of this club. So let me start with our Sergeant Arm, Toastmaster Rana Al-Manai. Thank you so much for accepting to be the Sergeant Arm and perform your duties throughout the term. DTM Muhammad Al-Dosari, our treasurer, who somehow magically managed to get us even more money. I don't know how, but I think the nomination committee chose the right person to continue with that. I know that.
Remember, Mr. President. Remember, Mr. President, without the tinny colorful laptop. Huh?
Oh yes, of course, with this little push of the tinny colorful laptop or blue laptop. So thank you so much, DTM Muhammad Al-Dosari, not just for the budget, but for the chasing, for being there around the clock and encouraging everyone to pay and renew. Thank you so much, DTM Muhammad Al-Dosari. Moving on to the next person. What can I say about this next person, DTM Ratinder? Let alone the audit that he's working on, but as secretary, if you notice the reports that he promised to send the minutes of the meeting within 1 week. And honestly speaking, I did not even have to chase him. I did not have to chase him. He was there attentive and he was sending the meeting. What I like about him as well, apart from, of course, the obvious handover that he can see in empowering Toastmaster without, he was ensuring that each and everything of the minute was read during the meeting. Although I was telling him, begging him at some meetings, please summarize, but he was very audacious to go all over the minutes of the meeting. Thank you so much, DTM Ratinder. We learn from you. Next person, if I say what I say, I would again not be able to justify whatever this lady did for the club, not just for the club, for the district, for the area, so many other places. Whatever the club looks is because of this lady, DTM Zahra. I know it was really tough. I know sometimes I've been adamant, I'm not sure what's the right word, and I gave you a hard time for some of the flyers. Of course, not as much as DTM Farhaz, who was our auditor, but that's a topic for another day. But you kept on persisting. I know at times you were also saying that you felt that you needed to have more appreciation, not in the club, of course, but overall in whatever you've been doing to the district. I thank you, and I'm honored to thank you as Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club President for all of your efforts. Please, not just DTM Zahra, but please give all of whatever the ExCom members a round of applause so far. Moving on to Mr. Tini Laptop. DTM Sayyid Abbas Al-Alawi, our Vice President of Membership. DTM Sayyid Abbas, I know, and I can tell that you could have done even far better than the results. I felt it when you said 1.5 DCPs. I know that you had some difficulties and you confronted me very openly at the beginning of the term that you might not want to continue as Vice President of Membership. But regardless of all of the obstacles, you managed to continue. You managed to get us 6 nice members, of course, with the help of the members of the club. Thank you so much for being such an active Vice President of Membership, with or without the tiny laptop, blue laptop. So thank you so much, DTM Sayyid Abbas Al-Alawi. I think this gentleman deserves a moment of silence. For all of your effort, DTM, Farhaz, Farouk, for all of what you did to the club, right from where you are in Sri Lanka, from there, you've been managing the agenda. I know some of us gave you a hard time, and just like any vice president of education, you'll have to chase members, last minute apologies, but you kept on persisting and you kept on getting creative ideas. Of course, the flagship of OIG, All This Gold, came from you. And apart from the OIG, all of the other aspects of education, joint meetings, helping even other clubs. I think you were a true ambassador of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club for all of the efforts you've been doing. Hats off to you, DTM, Farhaz Farouk. Please give him a round of applause. Thank you so much for all of the members. I know if I mention them one by one, I might miss some, but thank you so much for all of the members for standing behind the club. Without all of your efforts, collectively, we could not really make it to be President Distinguished. We could not have the luxury of getting such new, lovely family members into our club, 6 members, shining members that we are really proud to have. And with this, let me, before adjourning, it's not really adjournment, but because we'll still continue with that. Is there any other business before we go to the next segment? Any other business? Did I miss anything? Yes, I know. Toastmaster Rana, that would come next because now we are moving to the installation ceremony. But is there any other business that I'm not aware of?
لا عبالي نسيت.
لا 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 ما عبالة شو نسيت. Okay, so let's move on to the next segment.
Mr. President, if there's no other business, I would just like to point out that our appointed timer had to leave for the meeting, so we might need to appoint someone as timer for the rest of the meeting, please.
Sure. Do we have anyone who would take the timer role? I can.
Just for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, I can be timing.
Thank you so much, sir. I knew your leadership skills will not let us down.
Thank you so much, DTM Farhaz. And let's move on to a nice segment. Let's hear from the incoming leader of this area with a small area director address, and then taking us to the installation ceremony for the incoming officers. Please put your hand together to welcome our area director, Area 15 Director-elect, Toastmaster Ravi Marath.
Thank you, Mr. President, DTM Khalid Abdullah. For me, it is an honor for me because I am starting with this club, that is Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters, where I used to watch with an admiration how they are all performing. Especially, I closely watch 2-3 DTMs who is present here. One is DTM Farhaz Farouk and ever smiling, charming President DTM Khalid Abdullah. And I closely worked for 1 or 2 programs with our DTM Ratindranath ji. All these people I used to admire how they are all managing. But for me now, when I became the area director-elect, the first opportunity I am getting to install this prestigious club. Thank you so much, and I'm quite sure that you are, with all of your support, definitely Area 15 will do a lot more than what we are expecting. Let us work together because we are all one team. I am also part of team. Let us work together, let us move together, let us grow together. That is the motto. And with this small note, let me begin with my installation ceremony. Can I share the screen, please?
Yes, please. It's open for anyone to share. Go ahead.
Everyone can see this now?
Yes, it's not. You want to F5, press F5 to show the, because we can see the
Sorry?
file, the file, we can see the file, but can you maybe present it?
Yeah, one second.
If you just put press on F5, it would show the slide.
1 second, I will just reload it.
Sure.
Is it okay?
It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you said something F8?
Yeah, if you press off F5, yes, there you
F5.
go. There you go. Khalas.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Now you are good.
Thank you. So let us begin the ceremony. I congratulate each and every member for the effort you are all taking to move on in this Toastmasters journey. It is for the benefit of ourselves, so that everyone can grow and everyone can be a very good communicator in our arena. So let me first start with the current XCOM. Can I read the names so that if the moderator can highlight those names, that will be really good. President DTM Khalid Abdullah, Vice President Education DTM Faraz Farooq, and Vice President Membership DTM Saeed Abbas, Vice President Public Relation DTM Sahra Yusuf, Secretary DTM Ratinder Nath, Treasurer DTM Mohammad Abdullah Al Doseri, and Surgery Dams Toastmaster Rana Khalifa Al Manai. I congratulate all of them for the efforts they have taken. I was watching the report what you are presenting. Such a beautiful report. It is really commendable. And I would like to congratulate them for the effort what they have done for the improvement and benefit of this Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. And I would like to say now, I would like to announce that you are all discharged from all further duties and responsibilities as officers of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. Thank you once again. Let us give a big round of applause to the current XCOM who is stepping down for the new XCOM. Now, as the installing officer of this function, let me announce the names of each and every new role players. Let me begin with the Sergeant at Arms. The incoming Sergeant at Arms is a very well-known person in the Toastmaster fraternity, that is DTM Ahmed Rizvi. So the roles and the responsibilities of Sergeant at Arms at this moment is like at this in this virtual world is you will be the person who is holding all the materials, all the stocks of the material, whatever Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster is possessing. And I will read out the oath for you. can I ask? I am asking. Sorry. Will you be performing these duties as the to the best of your ability as the surgeon at arms? You will be the controller of. You will be the controller of the event space, the materials, the lectern, processing, for all the positions what Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster is having.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Now, please be seated. Now, the incoming treasurer. He is Toastmaster DTM Mohammed Abdullah Al Dosari. Please excuse me. I have sudden difficulty on my laptop, so that's why this screen is jumping continuously. You are the club's accountant. You manage the club's bank account, writing checks on approved by the executive committee, and depositing membership dues payments and other club revenues. You are also in charge of submitting membership dues payments to the world headquarters with the names of renewing members as well the new members, filing necessary tax documents, keeping timely and accurate up-to-date financial records for the club. Though the treasury duties are usually not for the most demanding, but in this club it is very demanding, I am sure. The consequence of members can be serious when they are not completed accurately and on time. DTM Mohammed Abdullah Al Dosari, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will. Inshallah.
Thank you. I'm seeing everyone is holding the gavels. That's why I didn't reiterate again. Okay. Now, the next position is incoming secretary, TM Vidad Femi Hijazi. Good. Just assume you are holding the, okay, gavel. Okay. Now, the secretary's roles are: you maintain all club records, manage club files, handle club correspondence, and take the minutes of each club and executive committee meeting. You are also in charge of updating and distributing a roster of the current paid membership and keeping the club officer list current for Toastmasters International. Though some club combine the secretary role and the treasurer, but here it is not necessary because you are all having a good treasurer. So, Toastmaster Vidad Femi Hijazi, you will be taking the role and you will perform to the best of your ability. Will you? Please unmute. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, the next is Vice President Public Relation. The incoming Vice President Public Relation is TM Toastmaster Amanda Janice Rabot. Toastmaster Amanda, your responsibilities include to promote the club to the local community and notify the media about the club existence and the benefits it provides. You promote the club, update the web content, and safeguard the Toastmasters brand identity. It is your job to notify the media whenever your club does something noteworthy. As Vice President Public Relations, you will find yourself writing news releases, creating and distributing flyers, and maintaining the club's presence on the web and in the community. I was watching the sort of performance what our previous public relation had done. I'm quite sure you will take this to a new height. Toastmaster Amanda Janice Rabot, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, and wishing you all the best. The next is our incoming Vice President membership. Toastmaster Nuhai M. Madani. Toastmaster Nuha Madani. Your responsibilities include to promote the club and manage the process of bringing in guests and transforming them into members. By initiating contact with guests, helping them feel welcome, and providing them with the information they need to join, you help maintain a constant influx of new people into your club. You also attentively monitor membership levels and strategize with the rest of the executive committee about how to overcome membership challenges when they occur. Toastmaster Nuha, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, and wishing you all the very best. The next is Vice President Education. Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq Khader. Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq. Your responsibility includes to promote the club and manage the process of bringing, as Vice President Education, you schedule members' speeches, verify the completion of projects, and serve as a resources for questions about the education program, speech contest, and your club mentor program. You are an important source of Toastmasters knowledge for club members, and it is your job to become familiar with all aspects of the Toastmasters education program. Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will, sir.
Thank you, and wishing you all the very best. Thank you. Now, the captain of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters for the next term, 2021-22. Please hold the gavel. Toastmasters, Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, incoming president, DTM Faraz Farooq. Having been elected as the president of club at Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters, you are the chief executive officer and are expected to preside at all club meetings and all regular and special meetings of your executive committee. It is your challenge to see that the club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It is also your challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmasters International to meet their goals. Please accept the gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to office. The gavel is a symbol of the power and authority given to you by the membership of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. And work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone is proud of. Will you, as president, accept the challenge and perform your duties to the best of your abilities?
I will, Mr. Area Director-elect. Thank you so much.
It is now, thank you to the President, DTM Faraz Farooq. Now, it is now the pleasure of mine to declare these Toastmasters installed into your offices to which they have been elected. Let us give a big round of applause. It is now my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters installed into the offices to which they have been elected. Will everyone please stand? I know now we are in a virtual world. You can stand or sit as you feel comfortable. It's not an issue. The growth and development of this Toastmasters program in Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club depends largely upon the actions of this group. On your honor, as members of Toastmasters, please pledge individually and collectively to stand by this club, live with it, and work with it throughout the coming year. Please repeat, yes, we will.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Definitely do.
Yes, we will.
Will the newly installed club president and Toast immediate past president, please, moderator, can you please spotlight them so that they can exchange the charge officially? I know in the virtual world, both of you can exchange some greetings. That is better, isn't it?
Oh yes, he's troubled now. Khalas. He's in the trap. I'm off.
Okay.
You can't just run away like that. IPP is an exco position, so you're still around.
Okay, now, because in a virtual world, this is the best thing. At least let us give a clap to each other. That is better. Okay, now, as the installing officer, and please, the immediate past president, would you like to say something to the new president?
No, I think maybe let the president give his 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm fine, yeah.
Okay, then I would like to invite the new president-elect for Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters, DTM Faraz Farooq, to address the club or the members. Okay. And wishing you all the best. It is a great honor for me. And this is the first installation ceremony I'm conducting. There is nothing to hide. I know there are some flaws and all these things. I'm sure you will give the support and the guidance to move further and let us grow together. I wish all the very best to the new elect Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters XCOM and all the members to reach the new glories. Yes, I know this is Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters. You are all will advance and will take the area to an advanced level. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. Back to you, President.
Thank you, Mr. Installation Officer and Area Director-elect, Toastmaster Ravi Marat. Ladies and gentlemen, just let me be very brief. I know we are running a bit short of time, but let me be brief and make a few initial remarks. First and foremost, thank you so much for electing me as the incoming president of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters. It is a great privilege, a great honor to lead this club, which has a great legacy behind it. And I am honored to be a part of this legacy. When the new committee takes over, we probably have two main tasks that we will need to concentrate on to work on in the next term. First and foremost, of course, is to grow our membership, make it healthier than it already is. It is healthy, but we need to work on growing the membership. And so therefore, I count on the help and support of all the members of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters and our newly elected Vice President membership to work hard to help us build that membership. When we build membership, I always believe in building sustainable members and not just members to make up numbers. What that is, we will discuss in more detail as we get to our expo meetings, but let's work on building sustainable members who will join the club to make use of the opportunities the club provides, and at the same time, in return, do their best for the betterment of the club. So it's a win-win situation. The next thing that we would like to work on is to foster the Old is Gold series from what it has already become. And I know the Vice President Education has some great plans. Let's work on it and let's make Old is Gold what it has become famous for and perhaps a lot better than what it has. And I look forward to working with every single one of you on that. The last point I would like to add is, dear members, our regular meetings are just once a month. It's on the third Saturday of every month, 4 to 6:30 p.m. Bahrain time. Please note this date on your diaries and make an effort to attend all the meetings. We have our Old is Gold series on the first Saturdays of every month, roughly around the same time. Sometimes we change the time if we get special speakers. Please once again block that time off. It's just a commitment of 5 hours a month. And I would strongly recommend every single one of us to please follow that recommendation. Please come, because that's all it takes to build a better version of ourselves. With that, looking forward to a great year ahead. And I wish the incoming officers all the very best. And I thank the outgoing officers from the bottom of my heart. Mr. Installation Officer, Area Director, thank you so much, sir, for being here. All I can say is, I don't know why you are nervous. You did a marvelous job at inducting every single one of us. And my sincere thanks to you. And I wish you all the very best also in your term as Area Director. Back to the President, Ms. DTM Khalid Abdullah.
Wow. Thank you so much, DTM Farhad Farouk, and congratulations to the incoming officers. I know it's a big burden. It's advancing a legacy. It's not something easy, but I'm sure, looking at the faces here, that I can see the club is in good hands. So all the best. And I echo back on what our incoming president said about the area director. You did a marvelous job. Keep it up. We're all here learning at our own pace. So this is, I know this is your first installation, but trust me, my first installation, if I mention it, I would need another 5 minutes to cover it. It was really a disaster. So you were far better than my first installation attempt. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Ravi. Let me now go to the, I don't see our master of ceremony, so let me take on the master of ceremonies role. And before we adjourn, I know that we are already 10 minutes late. We did not even have a motion for that. which is not something we don't do this as often. Let me call on our sergeant arm to show us the winners for today's meeting. Toastmaster Rana.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening once again. I'm trying to share the screen now with you, and we'll start showing you the best table topic.
Whatever you can share.
Still you have the energy?
Yes, yes, we have
the best
energy for another 2 minutes.
Is, do you see the screen or no?
Something is coming, but I don't see it from my end.
Uh-oh.
It says coming, has started screen sharing, but unless it's only from my end.
It's the same.
Yeah.
I would do it again. Change post. I not. Hold on. I'm trying with both my laptop and my phone to try. Okay.
Hey, Mr. President, it is not a problem with the tiny laptop, yeah?
I was waiting for your comment. I was eagerly waiting for your comment.
You need to remove the curse from my tiny laptop. I really need it.
Can we know the story of the teeny laptop?
Oh yeah, you would know it. Hey, okay, so the best table topics commentator is DTM Saraya Jama'a. Well done, DTM Saraya. Can we go to the next?
The best evaluator is our president.
For your update.
Oh, it's not showing.
Okay, khalas, everyone knows now it's me, and I know it's Waspa, so that's fine. So let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next speaker or speakers. I think all of them are winners because it was very tight. Just one vote and we have a tie. It was crazy. I think I would just give the certificate to the three of them.
The surprise now is we have two speakers winners. So please bear with me because I have to show both certificates. So the first certificate for the best speaker is hold on. سيد عطيتها عين.
اشتغلي.
Okay, so the best speaker, the first speaker is DTM Mohammed Dosiri. Well done, DTM Mohammed.
And then
the next best speaker. I think it's good that we did not move a motion. So even with that, we need another 5 minutes. Come on, Toastmaster Rana, what are you doing?
what am I doing?
A tiny laptop. Nothing to do with the tiny laptop.
اتعلق على اللابتوبات وعطيت عين هاي اللابتوب مالي وتليفوني.
Are you sure you are using a laptop?
Well, I'm using both. I'm talking to you here in my telephone and using the other device, my laptop, for showing the certificates.
Okay, let's try it one last time. If it doesn't work, we'll just announce it.
بس أهم شيء رنا قبل الأذان
she
before
will tell
prayer
me.
time.
نأذن.
Okay, خلاص. Shall I say it? You can send
لا
it
لا
to.
لحظة one last. آخر شيء خلاص.
Oh, at last. Okay, lithium زهرة المتحرك. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rana, and thanks for everyone for being so patient and well done to both speakers. And I can tell you, Toastmaster Amanda, you were just one vote away. So both of the best speakers were 4-4 and you were 3. So that it was that close, so close. I think you are also a winner. Thank you so much for all of the everything, all of the role players, all of the audience, the members, our area director. Thank you so much for attending and giving us such a marvelous installation ceremony. And with this, I call meeting number 216 adjourned. Oh, group photo. Yes. She's still a vice president of public relations.
Group photo and guest comments. There are some guests waiting to give comments.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
See, it seems the president is very happy tonight because this is last meeting.
Hey, last meeting. Don't give him
he will
ideas,
sleep.
chef.
He will sleep well
He
today.
has to come. He has to come for every exco meeting, this guy.
He must take the curse away from my tiny laptop. Already we discussed this issue.
It's not me. It was cursed by itself. I don't know how you work with laptop without a button.
We can blame it on. We will blame it on Alba line 6.
No. I will deliver a speech on this one for everybody to know what does it mean tiny laptop.
All right, leaders, can we have a group photo?
Yeah, okay.
3, 2, 1. May I ask the guests and the members to switch on their camera if they wish? So 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up with a smile. One more, please. 3, 2, 1.
This thing is the sound of the click. We all know that she clicked.
Yeah, maybe we don't know whether she clicked or not, but the sound definitely came.
Yes. So let's hear from the guests.
One guest ran away.
Milhana, Toastmaster Milhana.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I was enjoying the meeting. I really enjoyed the fact that this club has so much unity in them, so much laughter, smiles. So this is, I think, a place where I would like to often pay a visit. And we have a great two presidents, the incoming and the outgoing presidents, who are very warm in welcoming. And I think there's so much learning here that I could adhere. And thank you very much for having me. And congratulations for all the EXCO team. And I hope you will see a lot of me as well, coming in as a spy. So thank you so much from Sri Lanka.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster Milhana. Not just as a spy, we would love to have you part of the family. So please consider that. We have so many of your country citizens here, or not, basically not even citizens, DTM Farhaz is all the way from there. So please, you are most welcome to join our club anytime, whenever you feel so. Let's hear from our area director as well. One more time. I could not really have enough from him. I know that was Toastmaster Ravi or muted.
It is, as I told, it is a great honor, because when I was preparing the PowerPoint, I was seeing all DTM. So no wonder by Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters, because whenever I used to speak in my club, if someone says, no, let us try to get someone from Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters, everyone says, no, not now, little later, because all of them have a feeling, yes, Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters have all the shares, the lions. We have to say that. Yeah. But it is for me, it was a great moment. And especially I was watching the reports, such a beautiful report. Every member is contributing so much, means no wonder why this name is still like this, Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters. A big salute to all of you, because we have a lot to learn from this type of clubs, especially the ever smiling president, outgoing president, and always supportive, enthusiastic, still in 20s, new coming president. It is something really marvelous. No, that color doesn't make any difference, because the mind is something, correct? Because especially when I was, for the last 25 minutes, I was looking each and every face. I cannot see a serious face in this club. That is one of the biggest thing which makes us very comfortable. Definitely not as area direct elect or all these sort of things, but as a Toastmaster, we should get this sort of motivation. Then everyone will enjoy and keep coming to these sort of clubs. Let all the clubs be in the same path, and everyone should get benefited. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And wish you all the very best. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our area director-elect, Toastmaster Ravi, for your great words. And we live by this club legacy. And I can tell you, when I was elected as the club president and elected as CGD, I was just looking at both of them and I was saying, wow, CGD might be really just easier, walk in the park compared to Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club president. It's no pressure, of course, DTM Farhaz, but this is what I felt.
If you want to. Good.
Great. So anyone else from our members as well, not just the guests, any of our members wants to say